welcome to Scrappin with Sheri and Virtual Crop Sketch number 1 from the March 2025 Virtual Crop. This one is a one-pager. I'm actually going to do it as a 2-page. I know that shocks you, but I'm using papers from 3 different packages. I'm using Epic Adventures, Hello Lovely, and Magical Moments. Don't ask me which came from which, but those are the collections I started pulling from. Now, these 2 are going to be my backgrounds. This did come from Hello Lovely, but I love this pink. This is my tie-in sheet. This ties everything together. And this might have come from Epic Adventures. I'm not positive about that. But when I cut this, I am going to be cutting it so that I still have these borders if I choose to use them, because we've got borders here. And then there are 2 6x6s on each page, and I'm using these, not the back sides, but these semi-solids for that to add some more pattern and a little bit more color. So let me go ahead and get my 12-inch trimmer, and I know that I need 2 6x6s. These are sort of directional, but chances are I'm not going to use the back sides of them, but I will cut it such that I have some type of direction should I choose to use it in the future. These are cute papers, just not something that goes with the pictures I normally take. So I just cut that at 6, and then I'm going to turn and cut them at 6 again, and I'll have the 2 6-inch pieces, one for each side since we're doing a double spread. And we've got a 2-inch border and then a 1-inch border, and this is what I want to be my 1-inch border. So let me think about the easiest way to do that. I'm going to go ahead and cut this off right here. And I'm not sure that's going to be a whole inch. It's really not, but I want that rainbow stripe right there. So I'm going to cut it out. And that'll be one of my borders. And then let's see if I can get a 2-inch on this side. That'll be pretty close to 2 inches. Not quite, but there again, I'm needing that rainbow border. So this will be one border. That'll be another piece. I'll keep this rainbow. This is going to be a busy layout. I can just tell you right now. But I think it'll be really cute. It's going to be a lot of color. And I'm actually doing pictures that are not all related to each other necessarily. That's only going to give me a 1 inch of that, and I think I really would like for it to be 2. So I'm going to go back and cut this at 2. I want this diagonal stripe to show. But I felt like because the pictures on the pictures I'm going to put on these 2 pages are not all of the same event, it would be okay to use something a little bit wilder and do some mix and match. I'm just going to take this, and the 2-inch one, the 1 inch goes against the edge. So let me go ahead and put that on. If you order tape for yourself, how much do you order at a time? I know when I go to a weekend retreat, I usually carry about 12 rolls with me. And it's always funny to me when my customers leave a crop and they know we're not going to meet for another month or more. They'll say, oh, I better stock up on tape, and they'll get 2 or 3. Man, I just think, wow, I really go through this stuff. And let me do the same over here. It's kind of hard when you're looking at all these stripes. And I want it just to be a mirror image of the other side. So that's what I'm doing with it. Now our sketch shows a border through the middle of those. And I didn't really want to take up a lot of space by doing a big border. So my thought is to do a little thin solid strip right between these 2 to set them apart. And I'm not sure if I need that or not, but I want to try it in just a minute. I think what I'm going to do is go ahead and put these on. while I've got it all laid out, and then we'll try that thin strip and see what happens. So we need a 6x6 up here and a 6x6 down there. And I think on this one, I will just flip those so the colors are a little bit different. And I'm going to go ahead and tape those. If you know me very well, you know I say all the time I don't really like yellow, but I have used yellow a lot more recently. Not that I love it, but it just seems to be working with my pictures for some reason. Kind of scary. In my old age, I may actually start liking yellow. If you see me tilting that yellow, it's because it seems like those diamondy things ought to go up and down rather than side to side. I don't think there's a direction on this. And I'm just trying to get it about equal distance, side to side. Now, what I was thinking was to just pull out a little bit of black, and I'm talking a little bitty thin strip, just to set those apart just a hair. And I am cutting that at that little 1/8 inch, right on the edge of the gray mat. And I do think I like that. I think I also want it on this outside edge right here. How many of you have played with these new collections? I keep saying over and over, these are not my colors, but they're really pretty cute. And I am going to use my repo tape on this just because those are such tiny strips, and I think it'll be quicker to dot it with some repo than it would be to try to take the time to get a little thin strip of regular tape up and down it. This is a cute page. So much brighter than most of my stuff. And you know, when these came out, I immediately said, oh, I don't need Epic Adventures. I don't need this. I don't need this. Hello Lovely was the only one I pulled for myself initially. And then as I started going through them, I really liked the backgrounds of a lot of them. I didn't necessarily like the main pattern, but the flip side of them were beautiful and make such great background papers. And you know I love a good background. All right, what do you think about that? I think that's adorable. All right, let's pull out our pictures and see what we've got to work with here. So the sketch shows like a side to side, up and down. It shows a smaller picture here. I didn't do a smaller picture, but I may have to cut some of these down to make them smaller. So let me just look at how they've got theirs laid out. Like this one is actually straight. Actually, it looks like the pictures are mainly straight on kind of the wild looking backgrounds. I might be able to make this work even with some larger pictures. And I said up front, these are not all the same events. There's several different days. So I'm going to have to do some journaling. But I did only develop 3 for each page. But, you know, I double developed in that I've got several that are, well, almost all of them have 2 pictures on a sheet. So that gives me a little bit of extra, and I like that. But these are pictures. I didn't need 2 whole pages. I didn't even need a whole page for each thing. It's just my granddaughter playing with all her different stuff, playing with her neighbor. She is just busy all the time, though. So I wanted to document that. That is super cute. All right. The next thing I'm going to do is go ahead and add some embellishments. And I love this from the Magic Moments collection. And I felt like that would be perfect. And this is going to be my title. They've got theirs inside the little block. I may just pull mine right there and do it with foam squares. And then I had this little house, which reminds me of her little dollhouse she loves to play with. And I thought about putting it down here. I'm probably going up there with it. And then I found a journal box and another block. I really, really like this block, but I'm not sure I have a spot to put it. It's a Silly Moments Serious Fun. I just think that is so cute. And you know, as busy as this page is, I could go ahead and add it in. And I could go up a little with these and add me a journal box right down here at the bottom. And that looks like the way I'm going. Now, in my head, I have debated back and forth while I've been talking about whether I want to mat these pictures in black or not. I think I'm going to leave them as is. They would be gorgeous matted in black, but I do want to mat these two boxes. And I'm going to do that real quick. And if you watch the intro to the March virtual crop, you saw Noreen talk about fussy cutting. She was all about the fussy cutting. And I thought this would be really cute fussy cut. Although I hate to fussy cut, I think it's something I will do. And I may hate myself before it's over. And I might as well do that one too while I'm at it, right? So we'll just fussy cut everything. I've mentioned this before, but I have a friend who calls it cussy cutting. Not that she cusses when she's doing it, but she doesn't enjoy fussy cutting at all. Can't say that I blame her. I'm just going to cut these mats out. And then I will do my fussy cutting off camera and put it all together for you. So while I took a little break to fussy cut, which I did not enjoy, by the way, but I fussy cut this and this with a black background. I added the black background to these two pieces. I decided I had to go ahead and try the pictures with the black background, and I left the contrast for you to see the difference. I think this really pops. So I'm going to go back and put black mats behind these as well, just to draw them out. I'm going to do foam squares behind the journaling boxes and the embellishments and pop those up a little bit. And these two pages will be finished. And that is your virtual crop sketch number 1 from the March 2025 virtual crop. Hope you enjoyed that, and I'll see you next time. Happy scrapping!